We're good.
Thank you
Okay.
so much for doing
Oh,
this.
of
Thank
course.
you. Let me just get
Of
it on the
course.
big screen. My
Okay.
son's here. My son's just going to bed. It's late. It's bedtime for us over here, and we're in Mallorca.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
do you mind if my son just breaks the ice? He's going to ask you 10 fast questions.
Of course, go right
Come on,
ahead,
Ugo.
whatever.
Come and say, oh, this is Ugo. Can we make it big on the screen? He's my technical advisor. You got any kids? No?
Yes, well, my daughter's a school teacher. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to ask you 10 quick questions. Fire away.
Okay.
Okay,
Go
okay.
right
What's
ahead.
your favorite food?
My favorite food, well, I like Mexican food, so that would be my favorite type of food here in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Drink?
Oh, I don't drink alcohol, so
Well, any drink,
let's
any
see.
drink.
Ginger ale.
Okay, yeah. Movie.
My favorite movie would be Pulp Fiction.
Oh, we watched that the other day.
Mhm.
Building.
The Empire State Building in New York is probably my favorite building.
Yeah. The city?
Um, Actually, I like Los Angeles is one of my favorites, and London and Los Angeles they
London.
tie.
I want to study in London when I'm older.
Yeah.
Form of transport?
Well, I like my car. I have a hybrid car, so it's electric and with a gasoline engine. So that's my favorite car.
Cool. Color?
Blue.
Song? It's not difficult.
Gosh, there's so many songs that I like. Let's see. Like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan.
Book?
A book, Lady Chatterley's Lover.
D.H. Lawrence. Wow.
Yes.
I was reading The Rainbow this afternoon, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, on the beach. Lucky me. Okay. Last
Um,
one. Last
last
one.
one, animal. Favorite animal.
Animal? Well, I love our little kitties, so we have several cats here, so they're
Oh,
my favorites.
cool. Okay.
Okay. Well, buenas noches.
Good night.
Nice talking with you.
Nice talking with you too.
Thank you for that. Thank you. It's nice to break the ice a little bit.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
I'm so I want I don't want to give you I'm so like a little bit nervous because since I was 12, 13, 14, like I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I love your music and it's like my favorite kind of music.
No, thank
I
you
don't
so
know
much.
I don't know why.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I seen you twice when I was a little bit older in
Uh-huh.
Glasgow because I'm from Glasgow. So
Oh,
I seen
okay.
you in King Tut's Wat. I don't even know if it was you. It was Arthur Lee and he had his trumpets in a small venue, King Tut's Wawa Hut.
It may have been me because I played with him from 2003 until he died, and then we've the other guys we've played since then, so
Yeah,
we've
well,
been playing together.
I was lucky enough to experience it a couple of times. It was with Baby Lemonade and they were
Uh-huh.
fantastic as well.
Yeah, they are always great, great
And I
guys.
can't wait because you're going to be in April in Cadets. It's going to be your first gig in Europe.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, cadets at the university. That would be April 15th.
And hopefully I get to the Glasgow show on the 25th. And on May the
Okay.
2nd, you're playing a place which I love in London called Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is a beautiful place.
Yeah, we played there a couple of times. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
But we're
So
going to do four shows in Spain. So the first one is Cadiz. That's April 15th. On April 16th, we're doing in Bilbao, Cafe Antzonkia. I
yeah,
don't know if
Bilbao
I
is a
pronounced.
beautiful place, the Basque
Okay.
region. They have their own language and their own culture there, which is quite
Uh,
Celtic.
that's wonderful. Okay, and April 17th, we'll be in Barcelona at La Descomuna. I
Yeah.
guess I'm not pronouncing, I don't speak Spanish well, but I'm doing it's La Desco, Munal. And
In Barca, yeah.
okay, and April 15th we'll in Madrid and we're playing Carmores.
You look, I mean, it was your birthday recently, right? in
Yes, my
February.
birthday was
Happy
recently.
birthday,
Yeah.
man. I can't
Well, thank
believe
you very
you
much.
must do you how do you look after yourself so well? You do yoga or you eat great or
No, we just eat
sports?
well and exercise quite a bit, but yeah, we're getting on up there. But I'm feeling good. We just did a concert just a few days ago at the chapel in San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
and it's a huge old Gothic cathedral they've turned into a music venue, and it's just wonderful. We played there and sold it out, and there were just throngs of people, so it was so much fun. And they all know the songs. That's what I love so much. We're playing with a much younger audience and
Mm.
they all know our music and they sing
Yeah.
along with us and that's just
This is what I want to. There's so many things that I want to go on. Hopefully, we can do this a few times because this will just be a quick thing. But there's so many things I want to get into about the healing nature and the spiritual thing. I know you're not a religious man, but for me, music is like a prayer. Would you agree with that?
oh, absolutely, yes, yes. I
And,
think music does it kind of transcends kind of time and space and it puts you in a specific frame of mind that definitely is a spiritual experience, even though I'm not necessarily religious, but I am a spiritual being. So that's quite a bit different than believing in one particular set of rules or values. I just, it encompasses much more than just, one set of principles.
yeah, and it's so I find it so healing. And I don't know, and it's magical as well. I know he's got the line, I believe in magic because it is so quick. And it's
Hmm.
that line sticks with me. And there's many
Hmm.
lines, but
Yeah.
but it is like a magical healing quality that the power and it's funny that you're called love because it all fits, it all comes together.
Hmm.
I don't want to ask you the same question. I know I looked at some of your interviews and I know you have to, I don't want to repeat, but I haven't heard you talking about this magical power and how it, I'm sure it, I don't know how it managed. Did you feel that when you were making it, there was some kind of magic going on or not?
Well, when we were doing this, there was so much chaos going around us. But when we got into the studio and actually played the music, and we were playing with these wonderful musicians from the LA Philharmonic Orchestra doing the strings and horns and things, it was just a magical experience to be playing because here we are, we're not anywhere near that class of musician that these Philhar. I mean, these are masters.
Mhm.
And we're playing with these people, and it just felt so great to be doing that, to be there. And yes, it did feel like we were doing something that went beyond, it transcended who we were. We kind of transcended our own limitations as musicians. And, I listened to that album, and there's not a mistake on the whole entire album, and it was recorded live. So
Right.
that's,
Okay.
yeah.
You're referring to Forever Changes, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is without a doubt the greatest collection of music ever made, without a doubt. And there's no argument about that, and it's unbelievable. And something about it does transcend time and space. And
Hmm.
a lot of music that people put above it, like the Beatles or the Stones or whatever, it really, in my opinion, dates. Sounds dated, but your music could be doesn't from the future, from the past, but it's something so present about it.
Hmm.
It,
I
it, it,
agree.
and it's in its own, it's really beyond words.
Mhm.
And I get emotional just being
Yeah.
in the same thing as you right now. But I I don't know. But let's forget about all that and just
Okay.
can you tell me like give me some of your childhood earliest memories?
Oh gosh, that there I have so many memories, but there's this musician named Charles Lloyd. I don't know if you know who he is. He
I do
played
not.
with Gabor Szabo and Chico Hamilton. Anyway, he's a maestro. And I was about 4 years old in Memphis, Tennessee. And in Memphis, you go to one school from kindergarten all the way through the 12th grade. You go to the same school.
Okay.
And I remember walking over and hearing band practice and hearing him play saxophone. And it was just magical listening to this guy. And now he's, writing this huge jazz musician. But back then I was maybe 4 or 5 and I think he was 14, so I'm
Right.
listening to them play and it was just a magical experience for
You're
me.
4 or 5. Wow.
Yeah. And
And that
then
was
the
just in
next
the street or in the
Oh
school?
no, he's at school. He was part of the school orchestra or school
Okay.
band. And so I
Okay.
went over to hear them rehearse, and just listening to them play the musical instruments just kind of touched me. And
Right. You
then
felt it.
there was a friend named Danny Oken in elementary school, and we have a thing called show and tell. That means you would bring something and you would show the audience or show your classmates, and you talk about it and tell them what it is and what it does. And
Hmm.
he brought a Harmony Sovereign acoustical guitar. And he had to go to the nurse's office, and he asked me to hold his guitar for him
Yeah,
while he was
yeah.
gone. And I strummed it, and I just fell in love. It just sort of tickled my soul, that kind of thing. It just was something that was so magical. It's hard to put into words,
Hmm.
listening to the vibrations of the strings. And so I fell in love that day, and it's been a love affair that's lasted, 60 plus, going into 70 plus years.
Yeah. Well, wow. And that was in Memphis. Well,
Yeah, that was in Memphis.
yeah. And you and what that was around in the 40s or the 50s? 50s.
Yeah, that would have been, yeah, somewhere around in the 50s.
And would you what was that? So there was segregation, apartheid.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes,
Was
yes.
that part of the reason you went to California, or was that just a
Yes.
financial or
No, we just because it was such a hard to live in a segregated environment, and I'm
yeah.
a mixed race person, so that's even makes
Me
it
too,
worse. My
actually.
my father is Irish.
Oh wow, great.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
his
so
Echoes? Yeah, Echoes is Irish,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, Irish. Wow. So you know all
yeah.
about well, I've experienced that firsthand in Glasgow with the schools are
Mhm.
separated and the Catholics and the
Yeah.
Protestants and the
Yeah.
famine and the genocide and
Yes,
all
I know
these
all
things.
about that.
And it's quite contemporary what's going on in the world right now, all this stuff. I mean,
Hmm.
did you experience firsthand anything with the Ku Klux Klan or anything like that?
Well, no, well, would from time to time drive through our neighborhood just to show
My
their show
God.
of force, but they never talked to me. But I did have an incident that it's when I was a little child, I went to a department store there, and they were segregated in most of them except this one. It was called Lowenstein's, and it was owned by a Jewish family, and everybody, white and black, could shop together. But I was, as I say, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I went to get a drink of water, and I couldn't read at 4 years old, so I didn't know I was drinking water from the wrong fountain.
My
It said
God.
coloreds and whites, so I drank from the white water fountain, and I was thrown on the ground and spat upon by this
My God.
grown man.
Right,
And
right.
my grandmother comes over and she slaps him, and then he went to get his gun. He's going to hurt us. And so the people in the drive us back home. So that
Mm.
was that was the catalyst that caused my family to
Oh,
leave
really?
South.
I thought
Yes, that was
that might have been part of the reason, but that was
yeah.
the whole reason. And
Yeah,
probably,
that was the last straw.
yeah,
Yeah, because we didn't want those people coming looking for me, and that's the kind of people they would because you're not supposed to touch them. And my grandmother slapped him so hard,
yeah.
his knees buckled. But he spits
That's
on
a,
a child.
I feel like that's a big part of the whole story of love,
Mhm.
because the segregation and it kind of restricted your movements,
Yes,
your
yes,
gigs,
yes.
and it's really relevant right now because of what's happening, I think, and
Hmm.
it's why it's great that you're still doing your thing and the
Hmm.
kids are still into the music because it's
Hmm.
happening. I mean, apartheid is happening now. I mean, I
Oh,
don't know about, I
absolutely.
haven't experienced South Africa, but I did experience kind of apartheid in Ireland, and I have
Hmm.
been to Palestine, and exactly what you describe is happening in Palestine right now,
Yes. Yes,
and
it
it's
is.
kind of it's scary how it's like it doesn't go away, or you think, I don't know, how does that feel when you went through it in the 60s and the 70s, and you think, oh, it's going to get better,
Yeah,
but somehow,
we all thought it was getting better, but then it's not. With the person that we have in office now, it's definitely not better.
yeah, it's kind of it's quite scary. But anyway,
Mhm.
so like when you were playing with Love, did you ex have any like with the civil rights movement and the Black Panthers and anything like that? Do you feel like that
Well,
was
see, there were places we couldn't play. That's
Mhm.
the reason Love didn't just become much larger and bigger than we were, is because we couldn't tour to support our album. So when
Yeah,
Forever Changes came out, we could tour in New York and on the East Coast and on the West Coast, Los Angeles. But all of America, in between the South and Mid-America, we weren't allowed to play because we were a mixed race group.
right. And I think, and yes, I just find it crazy
Hmm.
that I think you refused to play the game.
That's correct.
And that's part of the reason that people like me love you so much because
Hmm.
you didn't conform and the music is powerful,
Hmm.
but it's I don't know, something about it is just so it's unique. It's not just the personality of the singer, but the way the
Hmm.
music
Hmm.
is like I don't know, even the way it was recorded. Well, I remember listening to it and in Glasgow. I don't know, we were doing mushrooms when we were 13 and 14, and we would listen to, I don't know, the way it just sounded like nothing else on the I'd ever
Hmm.
heard. It kind of blew my mind completely in a good way, you know?
Hmm. Oh,
And when you were recording it, there was crazy things going on. Were you present? Was it there was experimental recording, right?
yes, but there were some times when we were, see, when we initially had the concept of doing the album, it was going to be a double album.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
Brian
yeah.
was going to do one side, I would do one side, and then Arthur would do the two sides of Forever Changes. But
Mhm.
when we get to the studio, the record company kind of reneges on their commitment and said that they would do it later because it was very expensive to do a double album.
Yeah.
And so we're really upset about that. And so there was friction happening with us at the studio.
Yeah.
And it took a while to get that, under control. But yeah, there was lots of animus.
But it says on the album recorded by Love, isn't it? Don't you get credits on all the songs?
Oh, of course, we played all of the songs,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is just before we actually buckled down to record the album that you hear, there was just animosity happening in the studio amongst ourselves.
I
But
think that
we were able
helps.
to, oh, we were able to work it out. But
Yeah, I've been
that's
in
what I'm
bands
saying.
before, and if
Yeah,
there's
of
a bit of
course.
friction, it really helps
Well,
the
yeah,
creative.
well, that's what brought all of this together. That's what I'm thinking. If that album hadn't gone through the turmoil and changes that we went through, it probably wouldn't sound the same
Yeah, you
because
can feel the
everybody had
tension.
something to prove. Yeah,
You can
we
feel
had
it.
something to prove. So,
It makes
yeah.
it real. I think
Hmm.
it makes it real, and that's part of the beauty of it, this
Hmm.
thing, I think.
Hmm.
Anyway, can you tell me some of your like early influences on your
Okay, well, I mentioned Charles Lloyd and Miles Davis was an influence. I like Albert Collins, Luther Allison, B.B. King, of
right?
course. And there was this fella, Johnny Guitar Watson. He was also a favorite of
Mhm.
mine. And Adolph Jacobs, he was the guitar player with the Coasters, and he was my first teacher. So he's a
Coasters. Was that
mentor.
George Clinton's band? Was George?
No, 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 no. This
No,
was the Coasters.
before.
So this is an old R&B group. Well, he was a friend of my uncle's, and he just kind of took me under his wing and taught me to play.
Right. So you started you didn't start at 4, but when did you start actually playing chords and things?
Oh, and I was about 8, 9 years old, something like
Yeah.
that. I started, trying to learn, but it took, by the time I was 12, I was seriously, interested in playing. So I was taking the lesson seriously. So yeah, from about 12 on, I'd say I was a serious
And
student.
did you end up? You said Miles Davis was an early influence. Did you end up jamming with him or?
Yes. Yes, we got to be friends when I lived in New York. He was
Mhm.
sort of on a hiatus from music at that point. So I was there when he did his paintings. He was a really fine artist. So he
Yeah.
was doing that for a while. And so we'd go to and hang together and sometimes go and listen to, other musicians like Charlie Mingus or Sonny Rollins or people like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's an artist here called Matty Clarwin. He just lives in the next village. Well, he's his sons do, but he done the cover of I think it was Bitches Brew. You know this cover, the Santana covers and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Matty Clarwin. Yeah. So
Oh,
anyway,
uh-huh.
He's from the next village, and you haven't been to
I see.
Mallorca, have you?
No, no, haven't.
Mallorca.
No,
Whenever I say it, people think I'm saying New York, but it's yeah, Mallorca, yeah.
Mallorca. Yeah. No,
Is
it's
there
been a
anyone that you
while.
would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Oh gosh, let's see. I love Carlos Santana. I'd love to work with him. Gary Clark Jr. I knew his father years ago, so I'd enjoy
Mhm.
working with him. And let's see. Uh, those are probably the
And
two that come to mind.
what about, did you ever work with Jaco Pastorius, the bass player? Do you
No,
know?
I never got to work with him. No,
Yeah.
yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Al Di Meola, I love him. I love him. And there's this guy, Matteo Manusco. This little young man, just a
Okay.
he's a genius. It's really, really. He plays with his fingers. He's playing, jazz and rock music with his fingers, classical style, but he's just amazing.
Oh, and he's in California. Oh, lost you. Oh, you're frozen. Hmm. Johnny, you're
That's
back.
where he
Okay.
was born.
Okay. Sorry, I lost you there, but you're back.
Ah.
I was going to mention the Glenn Campbell as well, and
Oh yeah, I played with him
with
years ago. We did studio music together. Yeah.
he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he was a very, very fine guitar player. Nice guy too. I enjoyed playing with him.
What about contemporary guys like Johnny Marr? Have you heard of Johnny Marr?
No, I
The
haven't heard of
Smiths.
him.
He's like an English indie pop
Uh-huh.
guitar virtuoso.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
and
I see.
what about do you think do you know anything about hip hop or electronic music or current music or
Well, I'm really not that into hip hop. It's a different generation for me.
yeah,
So I'd
right.
really, I'm more into people that actually sit down and play the instrument rather than, stuff that's already been recorded the way hip
Okay.
hop does. So I don't really understand it.
Right, yeah, right. Okay. 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 Um um I was wondering, I wanted to go back to this the the period between when you all broke up and then you got back
Hmm.
together. I mean, we're talking about 20 years here, right?
Hmm.
What was
Yes.
going on in your life at this point?
Well, I had moved to New York and I did studio work playing mostly for Japanese audience. We played
Oh,
blues for a lot of the radio stations down there
okay.
and basically just doing studio work and enjoying life in New York. So I
Right.
had, it was a very, very fun time for me.
It must have been wild in the 70s, New York.
Yes, yes, it was. And I would go from New York sometimes play in San Francisco or Chicago and just doing session work and playing with
Right.
different, artists.
That was your wild, because I checked out a few interviews and it said that you were out there like, and you read a Catholic priest
Yes. Yeah,
sorted
that
your
was
head out somehow, or did you get sorted to get clean that way?
yes, yes. The cat that was just like a serendipity. I was watching, when TV stations would sign off, a priest would come on and give a benediction and a little prayer. And I was watching it as the TV went off and the priest came on and he mentioned that if someone was having a problem with drugs and wanted to get their lives together, to contact him, and he left a number to contact. And so I just on a lark did it. And he said, if you can get to such and such a place, it would have been the Bernstein Institute of Mount Sinai Hospital. If you can make it there within the next hour, we'll have a bed for you. And I
Well,
did, and changed my life from
yeah,
that
I
point
mean,
on, you know.
I have problems with addiction, many problems drinking, and I've been
Mhm.
like 40 days not drinking. But this was it like a 10 step kind of thing, or was it just
Oh
like
no, it was a
cold turkey, or
rehab.
what?
You would go there, and it's kind of a rebirthing. It's basically what it is. Is you go there and they break you down to by everybody's just piles up on you, tell you
Hmm.
what your faults are and how horrible you are. And when you're at your lowest point, everybody comes in and they bring you up and you kind of reborn, so to speak. And
Oh,
that's what they do. They show you what a horrible person you've been with the drugs and how drugs have taken over your life. And then they show you how basically step by step by step to get your life together and to be the person you were meant to be.
bro, you look amazing for
I
what you've
thank
been
you.
through and what you've done. I'm so happy that maybe I can come and see you in this tour again.
Sure,
I,
yes,
I,
that
I
would be
really,
great.
and it's hard to describe how uplifting the music makes me, you know. And
Well,
I
good.
was
That's
going
it.
through it again. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard it many times before.
Yeah, yeah,
But
right.
um, so have you got anything? Have you recorded any music recently since in the past 20 or 30 years? Do you still
So I'm
record?
working on an album now as we
Oh,
speak.
wow.
We go in and out of the studio. I've been working on it a couple of years, but it's, in between playing and living and doing things. So this is a project. I'm doing something for posterity. It's my legacy. So
Great.
I'm not sure when it will be done, but we've gotten probably three-quarters of it done, and the last quarter of it or so should be done relatively soon. And then we'll see about whether I'm going to release it through a record company or myself. I probably will do it myself
Yeah,
because
do it
then
yourself.
I have control over it. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking of doing that since I paid for all of the recording and all of the session, and taking all of the chances. I don't see why I should give it to a record company and let them profit from,
I
all of
know.
the effort that I put into it. So I think I probably will.
Great. Yeah, for your family, or for your, have you got like a daughter that she's teaching?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a daughter and a grandson. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
my
you,
grandson works at Amazon, and my daughter's a school teacher.
okay, great. Are you doing the music? Is it with the Baby Lemonade dudes or?
Yes, some of it's with them. Some of it, musicians that I've known, and some of us, we're all getting older. So I have some friends that come and play with me. So, but yeah, Baby Lemonade is part of this too.
Well, that's
And
pretty
then I'm
exciting stuff.
playing certain parts myself where I'll play the guitar and I'll play the bass on it, or another instrument. So yeah, this is just a labor of love is what this is. So it's
Cool.
yeah, having a good time.
And where are you? Are you in Santa Monica or somewhere like that? Or?
No, I'm in Glendale. We're up in the mountains above Glendale, so we're in a house where we can see the whole city basically.
Ah, nice. I think
Yeah.
I was in LA once, and I think I've been up. Is that near the observatory and place up there?
Yes, right. We can see the observatory from here, but right, we're up near that area, Griffith Park.
Wow, that's beautiful at nighttime. The
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is beautiful. It's such, this is a beautiful city. I love it in Los Angeles. I could live anywhere I want, and this is where I choose to live. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. It must be doing something right. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's because I don't know because it's had a lot of bad press recently with the problems, the political stuff. But
Oh yeah, and the fires last year, and so several of my friends lost everything in those fires, but they're gradually getting back together. But yeah, it burned a whole section of Los Angeles in the Pacific Palisades, which is right by the ocean. That just burned totally. The whole little city is gone.
mm,
The village, I would call it, and of Pacific Palisades is just gone. So
well,
they're starting new, but anyway, they are, resilient people, and so
mm.
they'll survive. So
Yeah, you say you're half Irish
mhm.
and what is the other part? Is it
I have
African?
Black and Choctaw Indian.
Oh, it's Indian. Wow,
Uh-huh.
that's
Yes, my
amazing.
grandmother is Choctaw Indian.
How do you say it?
Choctaw,
Choctaw.
Chactaw.
Choctaw. That's good. I think that comes through in the music as well somehow. And
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
the Latin side of
Mhm.
the Latin part of the way you got the Latin, the classical, and this ethnic
Mhm.
mix is I don't know how you done it with this. Was that just coming naturally? Was there some kind of I don't know. You don't have any. Was it like the Cuban? Was it any the Cuban feel of some of the I don't know
Yeah, the
flamenco
thing
or
is, We just liked music. Arthur and I both, we were very eclectic in our tastes. We loved to listen to jazz and we loved rhythm and blues and so on, all sorts of music we listened to. So those influences, just living, that's basically what it is, the
Yeah.
life and going to some places and we'd go and watch the Spanish flamenco music and the dancers. And, there's a place called El Cid here that we would go to often and just watch the beautiful dancing and the music, the flamenco music is just amazing. And so that was a major, major influence on the Spanish music was and our song Alone Again or that
Yeah.
basically came about because I was just playing Spanish riffs to warm up. And our arranger heard that and said, "Why don't you put that in the song?" And so we
Yeah.
did.
But this integrated sound that you have, I don't understand it. And
Mhm.
that's what it's beautiful. It's integrated, and it's all the things that was kind of like even Latin music was banned from the radio at the time, right? Am
Hmm.
I
Hmm. A lot of it was, yes. Yes,
right?
this was an entirely different country back then. It's
Like,
getting strange now again, but this back then it was really, really um, tough to live because they had laws in certain places that people of different races could not congregate together. They could not marry or
mhm.
congregate or even be friends. So in Los Angeles was different, of course. So we had friends. We lived in a diverse community, but when you go to the South, it was horrible. Musicians were killed just for playing to segregated audiences or open integrated audiences. Excuse
Yeah.
me. And that was Jesse Belvin. He was a fine, fine singer, and they didn't like the fact that he was playing for black and white folks together. And so when he left the venue, he was killed.
My God.
So yeah, so
It's,
it's been rough, but
yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah. I mean, this is a mentality that I never understand, and
yeah.
that's the beauty of life, that when things come
Hmm.
together, and that's the way forward, I think, is this integration and things coming together. And I
See,
don't
what's
understand.
happening here is because the demographics are changing, because there's such a strong Latin influence and Hispanic influence now, and at some point in the next 20 to 30 years, the Hispanic population will be the majority population. And
Hmm.
that's where all of this problem is coming because the people of European descent do not want to give up the power. And
Right.
that's why all of this turmoil is happening right now because they do not want to be the minority and the European population. If they don't change the laws or do something, they will be in the minority in about 20 to 30 years.
Hmm.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Right. It's a power play.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that's quite sad. I find that,
Yeah, yeah. That
Anyway, you
is sad.
prepare. You've got a few weeks left. Are you getting into sort of training or preparation for your tour?
Yes, I
Really?
walk. We live up in the hills and I walk around there
Yeah.
and practice every day. I have to practice every day because I have arthritis in my fingers. As you get older, you're going to get it. So as long as I play every day, I'm fine. Just keep my fingers
Yeah.
moving.
Keep
So I
moving.
play 2, 3, 4 hours every single day.
Wow, I wish
And
that sounds cool. I've
yeah.
got a replaced hip and also arthritis, and
Mhm.
so but you know what? I haven't picked my guitar up for 2 or 3 months, and
Yeah.
I have this thing where if I'm in love, I play and I'm happy, and then I don't know,
Mhm.
in winter it goes away. But
Yeah.
it's good that, yeah, it's nice to hear that you're playing every day, man.
Oh, have to play every day. No, I had a new knee also in June last year. I had a knee replacement surgery. That was the
Oh.
most painful thing I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it's
They cut
agony.
your leg off basically, and then they put in the titanium knees and cobalt and all of the things that go into making up an artificial knee, and they slam it into they hammer it into the bones in your tibia and into your it is, and then the thing is, because if you don't exercise and you don't straighten it and do all of these really painful exercises, your leg will stay in a unnatural position. So you have to make sure that your leg is straight and you're able to bend and squat and do all of the things that you would normally do. And so it's a painful, painful recovery. But now I'm able to do everything I did before and
That's
stand and without pain. So
well
yeah.
done. That's a serious rehabs. You must have
Oh
good
yeah.
discipline.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be because they tell you what's going to happen if you don't. And then you'll be
Yeah.
limping and bent over and not able to walk properly. So you have every incentive in the world to do those exercises, even though they're painful. So,
Well, I'm good. You're looking amazing, and you when you come over on the tour, are you is you don't get do you get buses from gig to gig, or how's it? Is it a tour bus?
no, excuse me,
No.
we come in normally we go in a tour bus, but this time we're coming to Spain first, and we'll be there for about a week in
Yeah.
Spain in total. And so we will have a limousine or whatever drive us from the hotel to the
Okay.
venue. But
Sweet.
we came in on planes and then we will go back and then London will be our base and we'll play there and
Okay.
move on from there.
Yeah, Shepherd Bushes is such a great venue.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely.
Yeah. And what do you?
Robert Robert Plant came down to see us last time, so I saw him just a few weeks ago in Los Angeles. So he'll be bringing his group back and coming to see us. He's such a nice guy. I really love him.
I can't believe you. I didn't even mention another one. I wanted to talk about Jimi Hendrix. I know it's obvious, and you're probably bored about hearing about it, but is it? Tell me something about Jimi Hendrix that we don't know.
Well, he was an amazing, he was a very shy kind of, very kind of, he was reticent to get people for people to get to know him really. He was a very, very introspective man, but he was a very self-defacing. He would never talk of himself as this genius or a maestro of a musician. He's just would not think of himself as someone who's learning to play the guitar. That's how
Right.
he looked at it. And he's a very, as I said, a very quiet, introspective man. Not at all the flamboyant person that people think of Jimi Hendrix as. He wasn't that way at all. And neither
Hmm.
was Arthur, really. Arthur was a very introspective, kind of quiet person in life, but he at some point decided he had to kind of an affect a certain persona, and people found him hard to get along with or difficult, but that wasn't who he really was.
No, I mean he's just a with words. He was a magician with words.
Yes,
There was
but he was a
in
wordsmith.
yeah the oldest the one in Glasgow that sticks out is I remember it, it's kind of crazy, but oh the snot has kicked against my pants. It has turned into
Yeah,
crystal. And as soon as I
yeah,
heard that, I was like, this is the band for me.
yeah.
This
That
is
was
somebody.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's sublime and ridiculous and everything all at
Hmm.
once.
And for everyone who thinks that life is just a game, do you like the part you're playing? That's just a wonderful
Yeah,
line. Yeah.
there's so many.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes left, okay? Because my
Okay.
time runs out. Uh,
Okay.
I hope we can do this again. I'll be honest with you.
Absolutely, of course.
I didn't prepare. I
Hmm.
usually prepare. We have a space here in Mallorca, and one day hopefully we can set up a gig here. I don't know if you have management or whatever how it works, but
Yes, I do,
Mallorca's
but you can get in contact with me. You've got my email and
yeah.
and my Facebook. So yeah, you contact me personally and we'll set up a time.
Because it's just it's 1 hour from Barcelona, but it's a beautiful island. And
Uh-huh.
the soft machine were here, and there's a whole scene around this village here. There's a writer called Robert Graves, and there was a whole
Uh-huh.
scene there, and all the kids now are still this thing. It's quite an interesting place.
Hmm. Oh, we're looking forward to it. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be there in 3 weeks.
and I would love to talk to you again, maybe in a few weeks before the gigs come up, and hopefully I'll see you in
Okay.
Glasgow. That'd be the one. You know the
Absolutely.
Glasgow audience, right?
Yes, love them. Love it. So yeah, I'll see you then. So get in touch with me and we'll figure it out.
Once again, thank you so much. It's an honor, a pleasure, and I don't know, beyond words.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
God
We'll
bless.
talk soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao, Johnny. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao,
Gracias.
ciao.
Gracias. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Hugo! 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 Come. Fast. Something different happened. Like I pressed stop and I usually just let it run out. So I need to save it. It's still recording actually. Listen a minute. I'll let help me here. I just need to save it. And it usually just does it automatically. I don't know. I got nervous and cut it.
Did you say goodbye?
Yeah, I said goodbye. I didn't want it just to cut, you know? But it's still, I think it's still going.
Yeah.
Just show me how to upload it. Please don't. Oh God, Google.
I don't know how to do. I mean, you tell me to come and then I touch something, you say.
Okay. But just stand with me and it helps.